What's up guys, Nintenjoel here once again, and I have a pickup video for you guys. Now, what is special about this pickup video? Nothing. Nothing really at all. It's been kind of a little while since I just did a normal pickup video where I sit here and show you the games I've gotten over a long period of time, and these ones I have had for quite a while, so yeah, I guess it's kind of special in the fact that I have needed to show this pickup video for weeks and weeks. So, I'm just going to get to it because there's a lot of stuff. Actually, there is one kind of thing that's special about this video, and that's the fact that there are so many shout-outs and thank yous to people on this, because so many people helped me out with games in this particular pickup time period. The time period I got these games, about a month or so ago, a few people in a row helped me out, and it was just crazy how much people were willing to help me out and just trade for little things that I had extra or stuff that I didn't care about. So hell yeah, thank you very much everybody in this video that I mentioned ahead of time. So first shout out I got for you is to Retro Gaming Maniac, and I won his contest. He had a 200 subscriber contest. I think it was the 200, pretty sure it was 200, and I won it actually. It was pretty cool, and he sent me 3 things and they were all pretty cool. The first one is this Mega Man shirt. Pretty freaking awesome. Hell yeah. And then he sent me a sealed copy of Resistance Burning Skies for a Vita. I don't actually have a Vita, but I'm hoping to get one soon, so yeah, I'm keeping this one around. And oh yeah, the last thing he sent me was really funny. The thing in his video was he was going to give you like a PlayStation Network card or a Nintendo card or a Xbox Live card or something like that, but I didn't actually play any of those, and he was asking which one I want. I was like, I don't care, whatever. And he was like, oh, well, I could just give you a gift card instead. I was like, oh, cool, that works for me. And then when I actually got the box, he just sent me a $20 bill. Dollar bills, y'all! So, thanks, Josh, that was awesome. So, pretty cool little gift, and shout out to his channel. I love Retro Gaming Maniac's channel, so be sure to check him out. Very good content, always has really good pickups and stuff. I'm jealous of some of his pickups, actually. So, yeah, thank you very much, Josh. And on to the next thing. This is actually a small shout-out to my girlfriend, who just randomly gave me one of her Super Nintendo games that she never played, and her son never played, and she knew I didn't have it in my collection, so she just gave it to me. It's just F1 pole position, but hey, it's another Super Nintendo game. I fucking love Super Nintendo games. It actually looks kind of fun, too. Have not played it yet. Okay, so next little shout out goes to a longtime watcher. His name's Chris, and I talk to him a lot on Facebook, and he's actually starting his own retro gaming convention. So yeah, really cool guy, really nice to talk to. He's given me a couple ideas for videos. He was actually one of the people that wanted me to do the gaming memories video. So yeah, Chris kicks ass, and he actually gave me this, actually kind of on loan, not on loan, but I said I was going to give him something eventually for it, but I didn't have anything he wanted immediately. But yeah, Chris, you need to let me know what you need for this yellow label Metroid, which is really cool. I used to have one of those a long time ago, and I have no idea what happened to my copy. And I mean a long time ago, like when when it came out. I remember getting it in Montgomery Ward, so I had a complete box and everything. I have no idea what happened to it. It does have a little bit of label damage on the side. It's just kind of brown, but it plays fine, so who cares? I am stoked. I needed the variant of the yellow Metroid for a while, if for no other reason that I just love Metroid. So thank you very much, Chris, for that. That is amazing. You kick ass. Alright, so got a few pickups that are not shout out or thank you related, just game store, like trades and pickups. Actually, Etrian Odyssey for DS was just an outright purchase. I don't even remember how much I paid for it. It was a decent price. And yeah, I've heard Etrian Odyssey is pretty cool. It looks like one of those, well, it is one of those first-person perspective 3D type dungeon games like Eye of the Beholder, or when you're in the dungeons on Phantasy Star, for instance. But very cleaned up graphics and really cool, like jungle scenes and stuff, vines hanging down, all the rooms look different. Really freaking cool. Looking forward to playing that one. I've been actually looking for that for a while, but I want the case and manual for that. That would be amazing. And then another local game store. I just traded in a bunch of crap like I usually do there. I trade in all kinds of stuff there, and usually just controllers or odds and ends that I find, or games that aren't worth a whole lot or things that I just don't want to keep. So I randomly got Star Force with a giant sticker on it and a hangy tab, and it's kind of beat up, but I needed the cartridge, and the box is kind of cool. I'm going to see if I can get the sticker off. Looks like somebody already tried a little bit, but I might be able to work my magic on it. It was cheap, and it was a trade, too. So Star Force on an NES, hell yeah, it's just a vertical shooter, I believe. It really looks a lot and plays a lot like Alpha Mission. Actually, if I remember correctly, this was the first shooter game from Japan that was really popular. And yeah, it has like pretty cult following, or at least it did back in the day. It would be kind of cool to have a Star Force arcade cabinet. That'd be pretty sweet. And then I picked up another inbox game, and this one's Plock for SNES, and I had never actually really heard much about this game before. And then there was somebody that did a review on this game. I honestly cannot remember who it was, though. I want to say it was either SNES Drunk or it was the Happy Video Game Nerd. It was one of those two. But I saw a Plock sitting there for a little while, and it does not have the cardboard insert, which I hate, but that's alright. But the actual cartridge is in fantastic condition. It's just super clean, and the manual is not bad either. It's got a little bit of a corner bend right there, but that's it. No cardboard insert. Wish it did. Really holds the Super Nintendo boxes together a lot better. But either way, pretty cool to get a copy of Plock. It's just a platformer, and I did play it a little bit. It's actually pretty fun. Good graphics, too, and I really like the cover art. It's got claymation cover art. I love that stuff. Random RPG on the Sega Genesis I've never heard of. The Fairy Tale Adventure. Looks pretty freaking cool, actually. It looks to me kind of like one of the old Ultima games. And that's not a bad thing. I actually like the old Ultima games. I grew up playing Ultima Exodus. Never beat it, still to this day. That's a weird, convoluted game. But yeah, one day I'm going to have to go through with a walkthrough and actually just beat it. Cheating, I guess. But Fairy Tale Adventure looks like a really cool game. And if I remember correctly, it's complete in box. Sure feels like, yeah, it's heavy. It's got a big-ass, thick manual. And yeah, you know, it's funny. This is an Electronic Arts, otherwise known as EA. And, you know, this is back when EA made decent games. I mean, I'm not saying this one's decent. I haven't actually played it yet. It's probably not the greatest since I've never heard of it. But it's something that looks pretty okay. And then, PlayStation 2, I got The Legend of Alondar, which actually looks pretty badass. I don't know why this game is so cheap. It looks sweet. It looks kind of like a Diablo clone or like a hack and slash, like Baldur's Gate, you know, Champions of Norath type game, and it was really cheap. It was like $4 or $5, so hell yeah, and it's complete. And then one of the things I was really stoked about, because I already had the first part. In fact, my first part of this is sealed, but I got Devil Summoner 2. I love the Shin Megami Tensei games, and in general, I just love Atlas games. So yeah, very stoked about that. And I have not actually tried the Devil Summoner series yet. I'm kind of in the middle of playing a lot of Shin Megami Tensei games. But, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Okay, so then I got 2 Nintendo games from that store that I was actually really stoked to find. One is Isolated Warrior, which is this weird, like, 3/4 perspective, almost isometric view. Reminds me of some levels of Zen Intergalactic Ninja, like shooter type thing. You're a dude, like, walking around shooting. It's interesting. I haven't really played it much. I don't know if the levels change later on, but so far it's like this 3/4 shooter where you're a dude. Yeah, Isolated Warrior seems to be a game that's rising in value and seems to be a little more sought after for some reason. I'm not really sure why. It looks cool. It has decent graphics, that's for sure. Like I said, I mean, I compare parts of it to Zen Intergalactic Ninja, which is actually a very sought after game these days. I got rid of my copy, but I don't really regret it. It was actually, Zen was actually part of the trade that I did with Ed on Evo Search for Eden, so yeah, I can't complain too much about getting rid of Zen, but I am on the lookout for it again. And the other game I was really stoked about is the Battle of Olympus, and I think my buddy Jake, the one that was on here with the PlayStation lot, Jake Station, I think he told me about this game, and I also watched something on it, maybe on his recommendation, but it's basically like a Faxanadu or Legend of Zelda 2 type thing going on, like a side-scrolling action-adventure type thing. I think there's RPG elements in it. So, okay, so yeah, awesome. That was all from the game store. Okay, so now here's where we get to where people were really helping me out. The first thing I have for you is really freaking cool because I have never, ever ran into these in the wild. I have no idea why. I have bought tons of GameCube lots. I've gotten a lot of unusual GameCube stuff, and yet I haven't run into one of these, and that's just weird. But I didn't just get one, I got two. They're a little bit dusty. I got a silver GameCube. No. Two silver GameCubes. Or GameCubes. Ha! Two silver GameCube. Two silver Wavebirds. Yes. Wavebirds is what I meant to say, and Wavebirds kick ass. They're very responsive and nice. I was not expecting that. And yes, of course, they came with the receivers. I was not expecting how well these actually performed, and I can imagine why these are actually so sought after, and I plan on using them a lot more. So yes, this was just a random dude that I'd never really met before, but I talked to a couple times, like on Facebook. I think he's on my Facebook group, Southern Oregon Retro Gamers, and his name is Sean, and he was a really nice guy. I've talked to him a couple times, and he offered me these Wavebirds, and I traded him something good. Ooh, I can't remember what. I traded him something pretty decent for him, but it escapes me at the moment. This was actually a while ago. But yeah, I went out to his house, met him, really cool guy, into games, and yeah, very stoked. Thank you very much, Sean, for offering these to me. We should definitely hook up and play some retro games together sometime, man. So yeah, thank you, Sean. And the next one is, okay, so this one's not actually a shout out or thank you. This one was weird. This one is a little thrift store where it's in between, oh man, I want to say like Gold Hill and Grants Pass in Southern Oregon. So this is probably like near Rogue River, and it's probably about 15 miles from where I live, maybe 20. And it's on a highway, not off the freeway. It's like on a little highway, on a like backcountry road where it's like totally beautiful. And there's this little thrift store that opened up, and this lady is never on time. She's like never there on time, and I'm pretty sure she was drunk when I bought these from her. And the only thing she had, she swore she had a couple Mario games, and she did not. She instead pointed me to a couple weird controllers and a couple cartridges that were very strange. And yeah, so here's the controllers. And damn it if I can remember what these go to right now. It's like a, oh god, I'm not even trying to remember. TP1103, this is a Tomy system, or it's for a Tomy system, and it's two controllers for it. And they have the normal like 9-pin connectors like a Genesis or Atari controller would have. But pretty interesting, and she wanted like literally like a couple bucks for them, so that was pretty cool. Now I did actually get another thing besides these and the games. There was actually a monitor. It's just too big to show you, but it's actually worth quite a bit of money. I had no idea. It just looked funky and weird, and maybe possibly gaming related. If any of you guys are interested, I will show you, I guess, but yeah, I guess you can email me if any of you guys are like monitor or computer geeks. It's a weird early like 80s monitor, maybe even late 70s. Pretty sure it's early 80s, but yeah, I got that. I got these, and then I got these two games. These also go to a Tomy system. 1983 and 1982. Tomy Tudor. That's what it is. It's the Tomy Tudor. But this is Traffic Jam. And the other one for Tomy Tudor is Pooyan. And yeah, dude, these are freaking crazy, and they're really not easy to find. I looked them up on eBay and a couple other places, and you can find them, but they're not very easy to find. So those were freaking cool. Random purchase. And I will tell you a little bit more about that thrift store. I actually got a fairly good NES lot from her, but the thing is I traded and sold it really freaking quick because it was pretty much 100% doubles except for a couple. But I might still show those couple in a future video. But yeah, I did end up picking up a Nintendo lot from her. But most of it was just trading fodder, but it was 50 bucks or like 45 bucks. And there was, I want to say, 19 games. So it was pretty good. And there were some decent ones in there too. So, alright. Two more pickups for you guys. Man, I gotta hurry up. This is taking a long time. Alright, this last one. Not this last one. Second to last one. This came from my new buddy Josh. Now, Josh is somebody I've talked to a few times on Facebook. Again, just one of those people that I talk to, and he's also on my retro gaming group. And he offered me an Atari Lynx, and it came in a case, and here it is. Now, there is something wrong with it. One of the buttons does not work. I believe it's this A button does not work, and it's essential for some of the games. But I don't know a whole lot about these, and I don't know if it could be fixed easily, but he did not ask for much in trade. It does not have the bottom cover. That kind of sucks, but maybe I can find one somewhere. But it does work. It powers on. It's actually got sound, and I could not pass on it. What he actually wanted for this was barely anything. He wanted one of my SP-101 units, and what's funny is the SP-101 unit that I actually traded him was supposed to be in this pickup video, but I actually traded it to him. I got a light blue SP-101 unit on Craigslist, and hell if I can remember how much I paid for it. I don't actually remember how much I paid for it, but it was a pretty good deal. But I always go for 101s if I can. And anyways, yeah, it came with this case, and it came with 4 games. Checkered Flag, which is a racing game, pretty darn cool. And California Games, which actually I could not get to work for the life of me. I'm going to try to clean this a little better, but California Games, yeah, it just seemed like a no-go. These little cartridges are so cool. They're so thin. They're freaking crazy thin. But yeah, the Atari Lynx is a handheld that a lot of people don't remember. It is a color system, and yeah, it's pretty interesting for sure. And then one of the better ones for sure, Batman Returns. Hell yeah, fucking beat 'em up. Love that shit. And then one of my favorite games that's on like NES, and one of my favorite arcade games, Gauntlet, on the Atari Lynx. Now this is the game that led me to figure out that the A button was broken. You could not get the game to start. Every other button worked for everything else, but the game would not actually start, and I think the A button is actually the start button right there. So, yeah, that's what made me believe that the A button does not work on this. And then the sweet case, which I'm sure is probably just as rare as the system. Who knows? Okay, so, last shout out I have for you guys. Thank you very much, by the way, Josh. That was freaking amazing. I really hope you enjoyed your 101 unit. I know I enjoyed my 101 units. They're freaking amazing. They're so bright. If you guys don't know the difference between a GBA SP and a GBA SP-101 unit, look into it. They're much, much brighter screens. They're only available in a few colors. It's the light pink, light blue, charcoal gray, and the SpongeBob version. But yeah, very, very good systems to have. Okay, so the last shout out I have for you guys is fucking epic, and this is all around the same time that Sean hooked me up and Josh hooked me up, and it's just crazy that so many people like came through for me. It's just crazy. Anyways, I gotta get to it because I'm running really high on the time on this one, I think. Okay, so the story is another dude I talked to on Facebook. Actually, yeah, I actually talked to him about a local reseller before this one time, and we got into a discussion about him, kind of a scumbag, the reseller, not Trent. Anyways, his name is Trent, and he went to a local thrift shop, and as he was leaving, I think he said, like this old guy came out of like the back area and had a shopping cart full of stuff to like restock, and there was a bunch of Sega Master System games in their boxes, and they wanted like, I think he said 50 cents each for them or something like that. They never got video games in there, so they never get video games in there, so they didn't know what they were or even what to do with them. So they sold them, I think they called them VHSs is what my friend told me. Maybe not. Maybe I made that up. I'm not sure. But anyways, so Trent got a hold of me, and he's like, hey man, I got all these Sega Master System games. Figure I'd pass on the deal to you. I was like, really? Hell yeah, dude, fuck yeah. And he was like, here's a picture. I was like, oh my god, so cool. And now all of these are pretty much cheapos. But really, how often do you run into Sega Master System games complete in box? I mean, they've been gracing my shelf for a while. You actually might have seen them on a video or two, but yeah, it's pretty crazy how many games there were. And again, 50 cents each. So let's start with the one loose one there was, just Thunderblade, but yeah, that's fucking cool, Thunderblade. Yeah, sweet, we'll put him right there, and we'll put Mr. Entry and Odyssey right there. Alright, so I guess the rest of these I'm just going to stack behind me here. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to read the titles real quick and show them to you. I'm not even going to talk about gameplay, running too low on time. Hang On, Safari Hunt. I'm pretty sure this is actually what's built into my Sega Master System. I'm not really sure, I haven't actually tried that for a while. But Duck Hunt Clone and Motorcycle Game. Yeah, I guess I am describing it. Great Golf. This is one of the few that had a flaw in it. Had a ripped side, but it is complete, and it actually did have a dinged up case. Great Golf. It's supposed to be great. Then we have Great Baseball. I guess all sports back then were fucking great. And again, complete. I'm not even going to open these up. I think all of these were complete except for like maybe one or two. Walter Payton Football. Reggie Jackson Baseball. I remember Reggie Jackson. Man, that's fucking old school, man. This one's weird because it's got the complete black cover, and it's because it's an Activision game. So Activision was actually making games for Sega Master System way back then. What year is this? 1988. That's fucking crazy. I didn't know they made games for Master System. I guess I just never thought about it. But yeah, Bomber Raid. Stoked. Just doesn't fit with the color scheme. Gangster Town. Looks actually pretty cool. I think it's a shooter. Like you have to use the, yeah, it's a phaser gun player game. Light phaser series. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, Afterburner. Fuck yeah, dude. It's like a flying simulator jet type. Blow shit up. Fuck yeah. Choplifter. Now this is a good game. This is where we start getting into the better games. Choplifter is fucking awesome. I actually really like this game. I suck at it, but I like it. Rocky I have not actually played, but it actually looks decent, so I'm going to check out Rocky for sure. Stoked about that. And the last two I am so stoked about. Hell yeah, fucking Penguin Land. This looks cool, man. This game looks amazing. I haven't played it yet, but yeah, this looks sweet as shit. And the very last one is definitely the best one, and I was really surprised to see it in there. It's not really worth as much as I would think it is, but just a cool game to have because I've actually heard people talk about it, and that's Alex Kidd in High Tech World. Fuck yeah, dude. Yes. That is so badass. This is freaking crazy, man. When do you find shit like this? And it's like, this is in perfect condition. It's got a manual, and the cart's in perfect condition. And check this out. It's got your standard, like, oh, look, I've got this game, these games for this system, hooray. But on the back, you've actually got a pretty cool poster. So yeah, this is freaking awesome. These games were in such good shape. It's just amazing. So thank you very, very, very much, Trent. I am really stoked on that. That was one of the coolest things anybody's ever done for me. Oh, I didn't even say what I paid for it. He gave it to me basically at cost. He was like, I don't want to like upcharge you or anything. He's like, do you have any Genesis games? And I gave him a couple Genesis games. Like there was like a Shinobi game, like Shinobi 3, and I think a Simpsons game that was pretty decent too. And he graciously accepted them. I met him at his house, and I was like blown away. I was like, thank you so much. This is freaking amazing. So thank you, Trent. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, random drunk lady. Thank you, Sean. I think this is actually GameStop. Thank you, GameStop. GameStar, not necessarily my favorite place sometimes, most of the time. And thank you very much to my girlfriend. Hell yeah, it's really cool to get another Super Nintendo game I didn't have. Thank you, Chris. That's freaking amazing. And thank you, Retro Gaming Maniac. Be sure to check out his channel. Thank you to everybody that watches. I guess this is just a general thank you to everybody. You guys are the fucking coolest crowd, awesomest people to talk to. I've made so many friends just doing YouTube. And yeah, it's just amazing. This is a really rewarding thing to do. Just to meet people and trade and talk games, whereas before I felt like I didn't have anybody to talk to about games, and now I have more people to talk about games than I know what to do with. So it's freaking pretty amazing. So thank you very much to everybody that watches my channel. If you did like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And what video games did you like out of this series? That's today's topic. What is your favorite thing that I got out of this pickup? don't have to answer with that question. It'll be like Scott Squatch's videos where you have to answer, but he gives you a suggestion. My suggestion for what to comment on this video is what was your favorite pickup out of all of these? What is the one that you want to play the most, or the one that you have played the most and liked the most? I'd have to say, even though I already had another copy, Metroid is by far like the greatest thing ever, but the Atari Lynx is freaking amazing. All these are amazing, man. Jesus Christ, look at all these Master System games. Alright, anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you guys very much for contributing to my crazy habit. And if you want to see more videos, please hit that subscribe button. It's down there, it's red, and it says subscribe. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Keep rocking the retro games.